Hey, welcome. Let's just take a moment here to explore an idea that's, as simple as it is powerful. It really sits at the heart of our well-being, and honestly, it might just change the way you think about your own strength. So I want to kick things off with this question. Just think about it for a second. With everything going on in our lives, all the rushing around, the demands, the expectations, how often do you actually pause and give yourself the same kind of compassion you'd give to a friend?
Okay, this right here, this is the core idea we're going to unpack together. It's such a powerful statement, and it kind of holds three big truths inside it. And by looking at each one, I think we can find a whole new way to look at resilience.
So let's start with that first piece of the puzzle, on the hard days. What does that even mean, really?
See, this isn't just some general feel-good advice about being kind to yourself all the time. The quote points to a very specific moment, a time when this becomes absolutely essential.
And that's the part that changes everything. It takes this from just a nice idea to a critical practice. I mean, it's easy to be nice to ourselves when we're crushing it and everything's going great, right? But the real challenge and where the real growth is when it's not.
That's a great question, isn't it? Because a hard day isn't always some big, dramatic thing happening to us. So often, it's an inside job. It's what's happening in our own heads. A hard day is when that inner critic, the one I'm talking about, is just shouting. It's when you feel like you've fallen short, or when things just feel unfair. And here's the paradox, the kind of crazy part. These are the exact moments we tend to be the absolute harshest with ourselves, when what we desperately need is the exact opposite. So, okay, if the hard days are the challenge, then what's the answer? Well, the quote gives us a beautifully simple action, an act of kindness. Self-kindness. Now let's be super clear. This is not about making excuses or letting yourself off the hook. Not at all. It's about choosing to meet your own struggles with the same warmth and understanding you'd give to a good friend. It's making a conscious choice to be on your own team.
And this isn't just some vague idea. You can actually think of it as a simple three-step practice. So first, you just acknowledge that things are tough, without piling on any judgment. Step 2, you actively offer yourself some grace instead of criticism. And then third, from that place of grace, you choose a compassionate response. It's a huge shift from just reacting to thoughtfully responding. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most surprising part of this whole idea. The quote doesn't just say being kind to yourself is, helpful or nice. It says it's brave. Why? Why brave? Because in those tough moments, we're basically at a fork in the road. The easy path, the one we're all kind of programmed to take, is self-criticism. It's to ignore how we feel and just push through. But the brave path? That's choosing self-kindness. It takes real courage to pause, to acknowledge the struggle, especially when the world is screaming at you to just toughen up. Just let that sink in for a second. Not just a brave thing, but one of the bravest things you can do. This quiet, internal act is being put on the same level as these huge external acts of courage. That completely reframes what we think of as strength, doesn't it? So what this really teaches us is that being hard on yourself, that's not strength. True strength, true resilience, is having the courage to be compassionate with yourself when you need it the most. That compassion is the fuel that lets you get back up and try again.
All right, so after breaking all of that down, what's the big idea? What's the one thing to carry with you from all this?
When we look at this quote again now, it's not just a nice saying anymore, is it? It's a roadmap for resilience. We get the hard days, we get the act of kindness, and now we really, truly understand the bravery it takes. And at the end of the day, here's why it matters so much. The way you treat yourself, especially when things get tough, that sets the tone for everything, for your resilience, your happiness, how you show up in the world. It is, without a doubt, the most important relationship you will ever have. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Based on everything we've talked about, what is one small, brave, kind thing you're going to consciously choose to do for yourself today? Whatever it is, just know that it matters. Thanks so much for exploring this with me.